Welcome. Happy Thursday. Hey, it's your girl Erica. I am here once again with my co-host. It's our show, The Single Mommy Hustle. Hey, girl. Hey. What up, though? So today is episode 5, and our topic is Detroit does vote because we do vote. We are going to be talking about the importance of voting today, some of the things that will be on the ticket. We are not pushing any candidate in particular. We just want our community to be informed about how to register to vote, how to request your absentee ballot, how important this election is this year, considering the things that we have experienced in the last 4. Okay? And most importantly, as Cassy had stated earlier, the power of black women in this election and the hope for the future. I love that when she posted that earlier. So today our special guest is Miss Cassy Jones-McBryde.
I like
That's so
applause. I like applause. I need that like on my hip at all times on entering a
right.
room.
You can just push it in when you get ready.
Right.
And Cassy, I hate to do formal introductions because here we just have a really good girlfriends conversation, but I
Uh-huh.
just want to let people know who you are and what it is that you do. Do you mind giving us a little brief synopsis of that, please?
All right. Well, I am Cassy. I am the founder of the International Fuller Woman Network. It's a body positive nonprofit organization that is geared toward changing the conversation when it comes to how we view our bodies and how we move in the world and releasing the stigma that society places on our bodies and the ways that we should advocate for ourselves and things of that nature. So that's been a little over 10 years now we've been in existence. And so I'm also the Black Organizing Program Manager for Planned Parenthood of Michigan. I'm the first one to ever hold this role, but we have other
Woo!
organizers now. Thank you so much. We have other organizers now across the country now that's joined me to do this work at the different affiliates across the country. So that's the breadth of what I do. The
I love
titles.
it. I love it. I
Mhm.
love it. Sean, so I have to just let I'm so excited again for our guest. Every week, I just get so excited. The more people that get to come on, especially those that we know personally. And I have known Cassie, I don't even know how long it's been, almost 10 years.
Yeah.
Blessed to have met her through Kaylin and do a lot of great things. Oh, wait, let me take these shades off so I can stop looking like Ray Charles. Right, I am not under the influence. So, Cassie, I have had the pleasure to learn, glean, and grow under her, help support some of her initiatives directly. And she's so powerful. She moves effortlessly. The only thing she does not do effortlessly is shop for the events. Like, I'm like, Cassie, give me your keys. Give me your purse. We don't want to lose that. Like,
I just throw stuff everywhere, just kind of
yes.
do. So yeah.
But she gets it done, and everything just comes out phenomenally. And I love and support everything that you've been doing. I'm so happy that you got this new role and position in what you're doing in the community. And I really should have wore my shirt because every time I wear that shirt,
Uh-huh.
um, people of all races, gender, they be like, "Oh my God, I love that shirt," and I'm like,
Which
"Yes, baby,
one? Which one?
stand with black
Oh
women."
yes, yes, yes,
Yes,
yes.
and I be begging Cassie for swag. Like, can I have an extra? Just give me a little extra button. I pass out the buttons. I pass out the stickers. I
Uh-huh.
try to make sure people have them as much as I try to grab extras. I try to pass them out. I don't just hoard them, FYI. So Sean, I was thinking earlier today that you are very political on the low. Like you, because you be so deep and thoughtful and smartical and talking to especially when it comes to the current president.
You just
You know,
irked me so
I
bad.
I just want to
I don't
listen.
get it.
I can't hear LaShawn at all.
Oh, you can't hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me get
Okay.
closer to the mic.
Yeah,
But
that's better.
yeah, it's a no for me, dog. I know everybody like, well, it's kind of they going back and forth, the lesser of two evils or whatever. But for him, it's a no, definite no.
Hmm.
So whatever I got to do to get him out of here, I'm doing that. Period.
And so I think it's really important, one, that we talk about some of the challenges that we have experienced in our community that
Mm-hmm.
need to be addressed. I
Yes.
recently looked through what Joe Biden put out
Mm-hmm.
on the Lift Every Voice and Sing Black Plan.
Mm-hmm.
Did either of you have a chance to look at that?
I haven't had a chance
Yeah,
to look
I
at
see
that
that.
either.
Cassie, what did you think about that?
I thought it was comprehensive. I mean, he has enough Black people on his team to help him craft the needed agenda that we need to have. And a lot of people, talk about, like LaShawn was saying, just trying to compare the two men
Mm-hmm.
and like their history and how they've advocated in the past for um, women in particular. I just know that um, when it comes to, I understand how he, like Joe Biden, has voted for like the crime bill,
Mm-hmm.
right? But
Mm-hmm.
there were the Black Caucus actually voted for the crime bill also. It
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
was during the crack epidemic, and it was a desperate time, and they were just trying to throw spaghetti on the wall basically and see what would stick,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people trying to do what they could do. I also know that, and we both know and experience how the and felt what his Violence Against Women Act did for
Yes.
women.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That was the reason why I wore
So,
my shirt too, with I am evidence. He
right,
was a huge
absolutely,
part of making sure that, sexual assault was put on the forefront and got funding.
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Like he's for women.
So
He is
we
for
felt that,
survivors. Hmm.
so it's not like it was just an idea that, we heard about, but we felt the results of his work doing that.
Mm-hmm.
He was for the Hyde Amendment. Which is the Hyde Amendment, takes away the ability to fund abortion for any reason, even for sexual assault or anything else, um, through the government funding or through your insurance.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a national speaker. Well, I was a national speaker before I was hired on a staff for Planned Parenthood. So I was in South Carolina at um, the convening that we have for all the presidential candidates. And so he was there, and there was a veteran that was there and told him how she was sexually assaulted while she was serving in the military, and she could not
Mm-hmm.
use her funding that she got to take care of her situation. And so he vowed at that moment to repeal the Hyde Amendment.
And it was a
So
blessing.
there's corrective actions that can happen, and people can change, people can grow when they're exposed to a different perspective or a different point of view.
Mm-hmm.
I just say that we need to hold our legislators accountable, no matter what level they're on, and we have to vote in full for our interests. I mean, I think this election, not to take it for granted, but at the same time, we do understand that things could be worse than what they are. And if you believe that there could be some improvement to your circumstances, then you need to vote in your interest.
Correct. And so, me and Sean were talking earlier this week, and we were saying how, everybody got something bad to say about the two candidates at this present time.
Mm-hmm.
However, how did they get there?
Yeah, that was my question. Like, well, how did Donald Trump? We know how he got there. But Joe Biden, how did he become
The candidate.
the Democratic nominee? Somebody had to vote him there. But it's a lot of back and forth, and it's a lot of our people now. It's like, oh, he did this, he did that, I'm not voting. Or either way, they're not voting. They're just going to throw their vote away. And I don't know, it's just crazy. It's weird.
So I have an observation, and I don't, I could care less who agrees. But he was the candidate, correct? We didn't hear a whole lot of, he ain't our candidate, he's not for, we didn't hear a lot of that
until he became the candidate.
No, until he selected his vice president.
It got worse then.
Yeah.
Because I didn't hear a whole lot of people roaring about it until
he picked Kamala Harris.
And now
and a lot of people didn't like her and saying like she locked a lot of black people up. But it's kind of hard because how do you say that if the person is a prosecutor? That's their job.
That's her job.
So how can you say, like she purposely locked black people up? I'm pretty sure she locked a lot of people up.
Right.
But
how does that work? But not purposely, but her job
wasn't the
as
officer going out and arresting people, and we do understand
she just was doing her job as a prosecutor.
Has always been a part of our country.
Correct.
Right?
But it didn't start with her.
It didn't start with her.
Okay.
Right.
And so for her to be in that position and be in that role, what else could she do other than her job?
Correct.
We can't ask for favoritism because you look like me. It's my job.
Correct.
So that part to me kind of stood out. I was wondering if it was because it seems like whenever black women step into leadership, everybody lose their mind.
Right.
And it's a problem. Yeah. It's a huge problem. And I felt like after she was announced, that's when it was total uproar.
But my thing is when it's your own people doing it. Like now everybody is like anti-black. You everybody's picking a finger like you're not black enough. Or this is. And so who gets to decide that? Who out of all the black people get to decide who's black enough or not black enough? Like where did that come from?
Cassy, you have
and a lot of black people are actually like feeding into birtherism.
Yes.
The same thing that we charged Trump for being racist, and that is inherently steeped in racism to question a person's identity. We are questioning hers and saying, she isn't like you said, black enough, or her parents aren't authentically black or whatever. Just try to disqualify her from being who she is. I mean, I don't know of too many people who aren't black who pledges us sorority. That is
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't.
Correct.
Right. I don't see that many doing that. And plus, now of course there are the Rachel Dolezals of the world who has managed a way to profit from black pain. But at the time that she was on the rise, there was no added benefit to being black.
That's real.
Now white people have created this lane of assimilation for profit.
Yes.
And they have found a way, like they do everything that we have, and commodify and try to profit off of who we are.
Yes.
But that wasn't what she portrayed. So it's just really, it was sad. A lot of people that were constantly on my timeline in social media was just kind of perpetuating this and sharing the memes that were false and steeped in falsehoods. And I had to like log off, and I had to stop windmilling in the social media streets.
Yes. Sometimes you have to.
You do. You do. It's too much.
Yes.
Gotta protect your peace.
Agree. Yes. Say that again. Say it for the people all the way in the back. Protect your peace.
That's right.
Please.
So, and then even, I was sharing with Sean that anti-blackness thing is real. And it goes across cultures.
Correct.
In many different cultures, the darker the complexion or the more melanin that a person can have, they're also treated the worst. Like this is a
I
true
agree.
thing. This is not
It's
an
a real
opinion.
thing.
It's a real
Yes,
thing.
I
And
agree.
so it's unfortunate because even with when we talk about that birtherism thing, that's all rooted and grounded in racism.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, come on, everybody want to be woke, but y'all still stuck.
Right. They still sleep.
Come
Right.
on, like
For
for
real.
real. Not even one eye open, one eye
Nope.
closed. Like y'all not even paying attention to
Still
the things
sleep.
that you're saying. Are
Right.
still promoting that racist thing that was projected on us
Right. That's
and
what I was.
indoctrinated into us. Like, when do we stop? And I don't know how I just came to this thought, but
Well,
I
also too, though, people have for generations have voted because they are told that they need to vote, and they have lived generation after generation in poverty. Nothing has ever changed that they felt because they voted, but they don't understand that even like that circumstance could be worse than what it is.
right,
But if you don't see your environment changing and you constantly vote because you're told that this is who you need to vote for, then there has to be other factors that lead you to vote. And so the protection of other people, is something that you need to vote for. Like, all the white women that voted for Trump in the last election, voted against my safety.
oh, that's
You know,
real.
Oh.
they did not operate in protection of me. So you have to take yourself out of that and look at the most marginalized and the most vulnerable rather in this country, and vote to protect them if you don't have a dog in the fight.
Right,
If you feel like if you feel that you don't, take yourself out of the process. If you don't feel like this vote is for you, then vote to protect the kids that are in cages right now.
oh my God.
Vote
And
to
then
to protect women who are getting forced to have
I was just about to say
hysterectomies
that.
right now.
Yes,
Yes.
Right. You know.
yes.
Yeah. People aren't thinking of that. They just thinking of one thing.
What is
Or
the
the
one thing that they're
I
thinking
don't
about
know,
though?
but I'm saying, it's deeper, as she's saying, like, vote. If you're not voting for that reason, vote for, like you said, the kids in the cages.
Mhm.
It's other stuff that's gonna be affected if you don't vote.
But my question
Right.
Other
again,
things other than just your
but
environment,
my
your
question is, what
situation.
is the thing? Because no one has articulated
Correct.
the thing that will
Right. What is
actually
the
stop
thing?
you from voting in the opposition of our current foolishness, because it's total
Really,
foolishness.
it's just the information that they get and what they choose to believe, whatever that
I mean, so
is.
do people really think that if Biden Harris win, we gonna get some shackles put on us? Because I believe if we keep Trump ass in there,
Yeah,
we
we
gonna
might be
end
in the
up
cages with
in
the
the
babies.
cages
It's
with the
the Mexicans,
babies.
the
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
true
in real
that.
life.
But we're
So
not far from it. I mean, you saw in the Woodward tapes now how he says one thing about racism existing, but then when he goes to the public, it's the opposite.
correct.
And you have somebody like Stephen Miller, who is a complete racist, who is helping him shape policy steeped in racism. And so, he's doing the things and making sure that all the systems of oppression exist. The suppression of history, like, trying to make sure that schools are defunded if they talk about slavery. Um, just all the things that he is trying to instill to hold on to the racist base that keeps him in power and that lifts him up, he's going to do. So he's going to be more emboldened to do that in the next, if he gets 4 more years.
Right. Did you? So I didn't watch the whole town hall he had. Did either one of you ladies see it?
I can't watch him talk.
Me
I can only
neither.
get cliff notes, but
So what
I got to do it.
I can't either. I don't watch like press conference. You know, I wish they just stopped going and having press conferences so we don't have to hear him.
Right.
But I caught a clip of it, I want to say on MSNBC, and it was a black man audience who asked the question, you know, when was America ever great for black people?
Yeah.
And he couldn't answer the question. He couldn't wrap his head around it. He was just talking about, oh, well, before COVID, black real estate ownership was on the rise and unemployment was, you know, down for black Americans or whatever. But
Man.
girl, never. But I'm just saying, this is what he said.
Right.
When was it ever great for us? You can say make it a great again, but when was it ever great for our people?
Correct.
Right.
Never. And then another thing I heard, somebody was talking about it, going back to the vote, and we're voting, and like you said, you're discouraged because things aren't changing in our neighborhoods, in our communities, and it's hundreds of years now. A lot of things change, but one thing hasn't changed. It's the Constitution.
Okay.
You know, all that stuff that they put in place back then. It's never changed.
And
Right.
the other
So
thing
how
that
does
has not changed.
how does things change for us when it's the laws that were against us from the beginning, put in place to keep us down in the beginning, are still there?
They're still there.
400 or however many years later,
Yes.
they are still in place.
And there are people dying in their seat in Congress.
Yes.
So who are you voting for?
Right.
Because our president does not determine what happens on the local level.
Right.
You need to be active in every
Yes.
single election.
For the Senate races, you know,
Yes.
your
These are
congressmen
the
and
people that
congresswomen.
represent us.
Those people, like you said, holding seats until they die.
Yeah.
So they and they're keeping those laws in place and all, you know, keeping
And
it going
passing
and
down
passing
those
it.
ideals and
Right.
cultures.
And vetoing the ones that we trying to get in there. So the thing is, get
right.
them out of those seats.
That's right.
So
I'm just saying.
Cassy, how important is the female in this current climate and election process?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, Erica. I feel, I feel that you know, Black women are the mother of movements, right?
Okay.
We are the reasons why things happen. We are the catalyst for change. Black women are going to save democracy. We always do.
Always.
And I believe now more than ever, Black women. I mean, just look what happened just recently with the whistleblower who made sure that the public knew about the forced hysterectomies happening.
Yes.
We wouldn't have known had it not been for that strong, courageous Black woman that we now need to protect.
Yes.
So, and there is little to no protection for us trying to save humanity. There is no protection for us. So, but yet we still feel a responsibility and a deep rooted sense of purpose and duty to protect everyone else. And so we don't know how to do anything else but that. So this election, like every election, is important. And Black women will be the ones that will help get out the vote, who will drive the conversation in communities. And these systems of oppression that we are under has weathered us to the point where, you know, we, for generations, you know, we have been beaten down by society, by our circumstance, by our by the fear of what we can do. And I think that COVID has kind of not only laid bare everything that we've experienced, and now everything is out in the forefront, but there is a level of trauma that we've all suffered.
Yes.
In this moment. So now is a time for us to begin to reimagine what everything looks like. Reimagine how we advocate, reimagine a world where things could be different, and trying to make sure that our voices are heard and we're seen, it feels more urgent and pressing now more than ever. So the importance of Black women, we're always important to the movements that we are behind, but the significance of us rising to the occasion in this moment will affect generations after us. So we just need to understand that we can't stop now. We got to keep fighting and keep trying to change the world, because it can't happen without us. It hasn't happened without us.
It has not happened without us, correct. And so I think the same way. So I have this memory of when Barack Obama ran for president the first time, and the charge and the electricity in the city of Detroit. And me and my sister went to Mandy's. Okay? We went to Mandy's for the watch party.
Oh wow!
Because we wanted to be like in the thick of the hood with the real ones, you know?
Yes.
And we went to Mandy's. It was packed. It was everybody having their I voted stickers. Because I think on that ballot was yes to weed or something. Something about medical marijuana or something.
Oh yeah, that was like the beginning stages of
the
it.
beginning stage. And so it was people in there so excited, like, I voted for Barack and I said yes to the dope.
Oh my God.
Yes to the weed and yes to the black man. And
I want all the things. Just give me all
all
the
the stuff. Everything go together. I want it. You know. And,
Yes.
But just seeing how excited people were to vote for a black person.
Man, those lines.
Or were they excited to vote for a black man? I now want to see people get that excited to vote for a black woman. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I want to see the whole city come out masked up. Please wear your mask.
Yes.
Your mask is.
Social distance, please.
And have that same fire and enthusiasm to get a black woman elected.
Yes.
This is still history.
Yes.
I want y'all to be with y'all buttons on. Don't be all up in.
And that's why I say they missing
COVID.
that. It's history with this black VP we're about to have. Come on now.
Like, but why aren't we excited about a black one? Like we were about Barack Obama. Like, it's a psychological thing.
It is. I'm telling you.
What? Come on. This your mama, your sister, your auntie, your girlfriend.
You, girl, you. It's you.
It's you, baby.
It's showing you that you could be a vice presidential candidate.
Come on. Because
come on,
representation
sisters.
matters. Representation matters. And I saw a girl I went to high school with. She posted her daughter crying when Kamala was announced. And she had posted the picture that her daughter had the opportunity to take with her some years prior, and that's who she admires and looks, to be one day. Like, representation matters.
Yes,
She's the
it
same age as
does.
my daughter. Kim's daughter is the same age as Elise.
Okay.
So 12, 13-year-old girls are looking at this saying, this could really be me.
Yes.
This could be my life, And I think it's so important. And so when Kobe said he loved being a girl dad, come on, girl dads. And everybody was posting their pictures of their daughters, their black daughters.
Right.
You need to be going to vote for this black woman.
Yes,
so your
ma'am.
black daughter that you proud to be a girl dad of can have some motivation.
Correct.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, this is a real thing. We need to really
Right.
get out
This
here.
the movement you need to be behind. And y'all got all these different ideas of what's the movement.
Yeah.
This it.
We here right now.
I have a theory. I don't know if it's but I feel it's steeped in some kind of truth for me when I see stuff like, the conversation we had about violence against Black women, all Black women that we had, and how I hold our people more accountable for me.
Yeah.
I expect more from my people than I would from anyone else. So when I see, hear of like, say, Black men doing horrible things to other Black women, I have a more visceral reaction to them who are supposed to be protecting me than I do
Yes.
for somebody who I don't hold that responsibility to, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I see that, the stuff that they talk about, Kamala, about locking up black men, all of a sudden she's the enemy
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
because she's now coming against black men. Then there is people um, like Oprah when she was going to do the documentary
Russell
around Russell
Simmons.
Simmons.
Mm-hmm.
Russell Simmons, who has credibly been credibly accused of assault, right?
And
Mm-hmm.
didn't deny it.
And didn't deny it.
Mm-hmm.
But she goes against him. All of a sudden, she's the worst that could ever,
Mm-hmm.
ever be. So it's like we have to continuously be in protection of men despite us.
Mm.
And so I feel like if she had a stellar reputation and if she just advocated for her own liberation at any point, it would have been a problem.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that she's unafraid to challenge these things
Mm-hmm.
is always been a problem for people to wrap their mind around. The power of a black woman is always scary
Oh,
for
Mm-hmm.
people.
terrifying.
It's terrifying for people.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine this black woman now with power, the most powerful black woman in the world,
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
right? And she has the ability to hold black men accountable
Mm-hmm. And
without
come on
fear.
and say, "Come on up, baby. Rise on
Right,
Mm-hmm.
up."
right, without fear.
Mm-hmm.
What does that look like? And why are you afraid of that? So I just
Right.
feel like it's just a testament to, the power that the idea of her
Mm-hmm.
is too much for some people.
I
Mm-hmm.
totally agree with that statement. I used to always say, if I was born a boy, I wouldn't have half the problems I had
Okay.
in business, at work. Because I have a very strong personality, I'm a boss all the time, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
And when me and my brothers were throwing parties, and I was the only female in this promotion team, and I would challenge somebody on their foolishness. Oh, she a bee, she crazy, she don't know. No, no, no. I'm dead serious and I'm right.
Mm-hmm.
But because I'm saying it, you can't handle it.
Right.
Because I have influence. And what is it? Not only influence, but a track record
Mm-hmm.
that people can trust.
Mm-hmm.
You're nervous when I say something.
Right.
Yeah.
But if I was a man, instantly, oh, you're done, bro. You're out of here.
Mm-hmm.
But because I'm a woman, oh, well, let's just talk about it. Let's just work it out. No, that nigga got to go. Sorry, excuse me, y'all, for using the N word. But no, he's stealing.
Right.
Right.
Like we all see it. I'm the only one gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. But and give me my money. Because
Right.
you done dipped into my pocket. I want mine. But if I was a man, it wouldn't have been,
Right.
that big of a deal. That'd have been letting it happen, and they just squashed it and figured it out, and the checks and the stuff would have been divided properly. But then
Right.
we had to go to all these mediations and kumbayas.
Yeah.
No.
Like, why?
Why? Because it was me.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to always feel that way, but then I learned to change that mentality within myself and say, I don't care. I'm going to still be who I am.
Right.
Because that's how God made me.
Amen.
And either you going to come up or I holler.
Right.
I don't have to deal with you.
That's right.
And so what Cassy was just saying, I totally understand.
Miss T over there.
Yeah, Missy over there in the amen corner, shouting and stuff, getting her patty wings on. But in real life, like I'm, so it's hard, finding balance in life. And so I can look at Kamala and say, oh, girl, you made it.
Mm-hmm.
You had the ability to do something that at one point in my life, I said, you know what? I don't have time for that. And walked away. And I have 2 daughters. I don't want either one of my daughters, my niece Autumn, or any of the girls. Like Elisa's birthday party is going to be 20 girls. I have influence over so many girls. I don't want them to ever feel like I felt, where they can't be strong or bold.
Right.
They just can't.
Right.
So
Right.
you can.
Yes,
You can. In 2020, you can.
You can. Girl
That's right.
power.
Okay? In 2020, you can. So,
Absolutely.
my homeboy Drake, I love Drake so much. He making a comment in my watch party. He said, "I really pray y'all are right."
Yep.
The what? If you believe in your mama. Cause no diss, no shade. I love Drake, but in real life, like what Cassy is saying, like we hold it together, hold it down. We motivate, we cultivate, we build, we grow, we expand.
Yes.
We do it.
We do it all.
We do
Yeah.
it.
The black woman.
Give
We are
us
the mother of
this moment.
movements.
Celebrate us right now.
That's
this
right.
who we running with. Run with us.
That's right.
Trust us.
Yes.
Because guess what we gonna do? We gonna run for local office. We
That's
gonna
right.
run for state office. Because the same way we've been protecting you,
Right.
now you gonna cover us so
Correct.
we can keep moving forward to continue to cover you on a different level.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And hold these people accountable to what they say they're going
That's
to
right.
do. Now that plan, that lift every voice, phenomenal.
I gotta look into it.
Oh, you got to look into it. Everybody needs to look into it. And guess who has never, ever, 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 ever created a black agenda?
Who?
Nobody.
Correct.
So
Like never. So that's why they say, "Oh yeah, what are you gonna do for us?"
if
now?
he wasn't,
Like, who
if he
else
wasn't our
did it?
candidate
Who was
last
doing-
week, he is our
Right.
candidate this week.
Right.
Okay? And moving forward. Now let's hold them accountable. Now
Correct.
these people that your cousins and them you voted in and kept in. Now let's go knock on their doors and have some coffee with the congressmen and congresswomen about holding these people accountable to what they put out there.
That's
this is
right.
our time.
Yes.
Right.
We already burning down the cities and saying we not playing no more.
Right.
But what does that mean at the end of the day?
What does that mean?
I mean, you're going to burn everything down and you're not going to exercise the rights that you have
The
to
rights that you
change your environment. Then what are you doing it for? If you
Right.
don't, if you're talking about how you want to change how policing is done in your community, but you constantly vote for the same prosecuting attorney
Okay.
over and over again,
Over
Okay.
and over.
then what are you voting for?
Okay.
You know, what are you doing? What, because your vote or your lack of it is saying something.
Something. I think we should get into our SMH moment this week.
Okay.
Cassy, we have a we have a segment on our show that we call the SMH moment.
Yes.
And it is something that made you shake your head, whether it was out of joy, laughter, pain, disgust, confusion. Just, I don't have anything else to say. Whatever it is, your SMH moment this past week, what was that?
SMH moment. I've been reflecting a lot on my journey to this moment this week. You know, me being the Black Organizing Program Manager for Planned Parenthood, and being the only Black woman in a lot of the rooms that I'm in, and having the responsibility, I feel, and being able to shape some of the ways that we are advocating for the people in the community. How I have the opportunity to inform and influence our internal culture that is also layered in white supremacy. How I work with people who are co-conspirators with me in the fight toward reproductive access, sexual education, and the public-facing position that we've taken to stand with the movement for Black Lives and defunding the police. How incredibly fortunate I am to be in this space to advocate for my people.
Wow.
I didn't know about the path that I was going to lead to be here in this moment, but I don't take it lightly. I hold it heavy, and sometimes it's heavy on my spirit to knowing that I have this weight, and the 200% that Black women absolutely work within is what I always operate in. You know, I don't know what it is during these times to have self-care.
Wow.
Because I don't feel a lot of my advocacy was steeped in making sure that I advocate for the most vulnerable and the ones who suffer the most consequences for being who they are or looking the way they looked. And I never began this work believing that I needed healing, that I needed support. I didn't feel that I was worthy of that for a lot of my advocacy career. And so I now understand that my liberation is tied to what I do, that I can bring all of who I am to the work that I do in a way that is unapologetic, that is steeped in the tradition and fight of my mother, that is on the backs of my ancestors who I feel always surround me and usher me into every room that I enter. And I feel just really fortunate to be able to do the work that I do. And being able to speak truth to power in a way that I didn't think was possible.
It's amazing.
So I've been thinking a lot about that.
It's amazing. That somebody asked me how I was doing today. I said life is a dream. Because I've been kind of having that same revelation too. Like, wow, I really live what I love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Lindsay had said that to us the other night.
Living a dream.
Living a dream. Sean, what's your SMH moment?
So my SMH moment, speaking of Black women, was Patti LaBelle and Gladys Knight on Versus, girl. Girl, that was a good moment.
It was.
That music was good. It just had you feeling, you know, you had hope. It was nice.
I was tired the entire night. Listen, I was sitting there reminiscing what Mama would have been sitting here doing, sipping her wine cooler, trying to act like she got a hot head, you know, with real spritz, you know, with
yes,
you know, just rocking and doing and moving the same way that Patty was moving, you know, and then all the shucking and bankhead bouncing they were doing, because that's all they had the energy to do.
Yes, that was it.
I think it was everything.
It was everything. I wish my mom would have been here to see, like you said, just she didn't be like, shine, girl.
Trying to figure out how to watch it, you know, the struggle.
Yeah, she would have been too. Would have been. Oh my God. Yes, would have trying to get on there. We would have had to get her on Instagram first, because I don't think before she passed she had Facebook but not Instagram. So we had to get her on there first. But honey,
Mama would just tell me, did you put it on Facebook? I'm like, yeah, Mom, it's on Facebook. Everybody can see it. Everybody see it. Okay,
it is on Facebook, so she would have been able to see it. But honey, it was just really It was a feel good moment.
It was.
Starting my week off, so I enjoyed it. And seeing those, older black women in their 70s.
80s.
Just, yeah. No, they all was in their 70s.
They just before 80.
I think Dion will be
is like-
80
she'll be
in
80, yeah.
December.
Dion knocking on the door of 80, that's for sure.
Dion
Right.
not
She
definitely
said she'll
knocking.
be 80 in December.
I ain't looking. I
Okay.
But I
enjoyed
was
the
just like,
verses,
glory to God.
But I'm a little ignorant. When Auntie Dion came out, I was like, she don't even know where she at.
Why you say that?
I was like, she look a little lost.
I'm gonna need you to
Somebody
respect
point her in the
Dion.
right direction.
Right. Girl, don't do that.
Okay, I
Listen.
said, I'm a little. People don't
Yeah.
know that about me. But
I'm
I
gonna
am.
need you to respect Miss Dion.
Yes, put some
Auntie.
respect
I said
on
Auntie. Auntie was lost.
She knew what she
Yes.
was, but
She knew what she was
wasn't
saying.
She
feeling
knew who
it,
she
and
was with.
she was trying to put them jeans on as soon as she got up there. Like
She
I was
did.
like, you on here for a half a song, ma'am. Could you just sing this one song?
Right.
She was like, can I go put my jeans back on?
Right.
He was out here for half a song.
Right.
It was just a
But
chorus.
yeah,
I'm
that
a
was my
young
moment.
So I'm younger than both of y'all.
Mhm.
So it was few. So I know them because
Well, you know.
my mom. I'm
I mean,
a smidge
first
younger.
of all,
I'm gonna say that.
Right.
I'm forever
Right. Get her
21.
together.
Okay, so we
Cassie.
all the same age. I'm gonna just lie. I'm gonna just
Okay.
lie for the sake.
Let's do that.
We all the same age. So although
Let's do
I
that.
didn't have the experience when y'all had it the first time, right?
Yeah.
So I came up hearing the overtime songs when they would play it at the family reunions, and that was a jam.
Okay.
Like I know the remake of Superwoman. I did not know that Superwoman was originally the three of them. I didn't know that.
It wasn't. It's not
No, it
originally
wasn't.
written.
Karen White
Karen
originally
White was
sang
the
it. They
original.
I didn't know
remade
that.
it years
I had
when they
no
did the
clue.
Sisters in the Name of Love. They
I didn't even
remade
know they
it.
was
Right.
in a group. Okay,
Yeah, they had
It wasn't a group.
Well,
I didn't know that.
yeah, they
It
came.
was
They
just
had a
one
Sisters
one
in the
album.
Name of Love or something.
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
just
just
like
one
for an
album.
album. They came together and did.
I didn't know nothing about that. Now, see,
Yeah.
y'all aunties.
I'm Big Mama, so I can go a step further.
Yeah, I didn't know nothing about that. I'm like,
I
when
re-
they do that? I was all
Girl.
on YouTube enjoying watching the old videos.
Okay, Erica.
I was.
Okay.
I had to go back and do my research. I'm a nerd. So
Right.
Well, now I'm deeply invested in trying to be very active during these battles. So on my Facebook page, I try to, because I'm always tied to fashion, and these singers were just really like their album covers.
Mhm.
That was what they really, if you weren't laying on your side with your,
Right.
Luther ain't really
satellite.
singing. You're right, Luther. If you're not posing like
Right.
that, then it's not gonna be a good album. You showed up.
Right.
about to
Oh,
throw down.
yeah.
So I like to now just post like the maxi single cover
Okay.
of all the songs. So people can understand, like, because it will take you back. So
Yeah,
like,
it
especially
do.
around the Monica and Mandy battle, because all the fashions and stuff. Like, I know the woman who styled Brandy and Monica. Well, Brandy actually
Okay.
for all of Moesha and most of her videos, right? So
Mhm.
I always kind of lift her up, and like, and I didn't know that she was so influential, to the way people like Brandy was, like what she wore, how she wore her hair, like that was everything. So
Mhm.
sharing those images kind of took me back to
Yeah.
a time when you was just like excited and you were looking for representation, because she was like the only Black girl on TV that was,
Mhm.
they were propping up as a role model.
Right.
So yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
what was the show she was on before Moesha? Was it them? What was it?
Thea.
Thea. Mhm.
Yeah, she had
Yeah.
them real heavy bangs.
Mhm.
She was heavy on the socks, heavy on the bangs. The bang.
The bang. Yeah,
But I
just
just
for a
have to
minute.
say
Then after
though-
that, she started
That's
wearing
when she started doing
braids,
the
and
braids.
then
Mhm.
she just
Right.
went from there. Like once she started singing.
But I
and
just
stuff.
have to say though, it's like, even like with Moesha and the way that they treated her best friend on there,
Yeah.
she was the plus size girl that was the butt of the joke. Like, even in those spaces, there's no protection for all Black women, And so I just remember the pain that I felt for Kim on that show. And then when you go to the spinoff and how mama was always chasing the man that didn't want her. You know, it just
Mm-hmm.
when I started to be, woke in this work, I'm like, okay, so I'm not really feeling a lot of this presentation. But and that kind of conversation is kind of ingrained in society and how we are viewed.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
it takes you back.
And then for our wind down, Sean, what's your wind down this week? How do you fill your cup? Literally, figuratively. Um, what you drinking?
I'm drinking Jose Cuervo margarita.
Ow.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. And how I've been winding down lately, I've just been in my living room. I've been lighting up candles. Ooh, especially the one you brought me for my birthday. It's that rose and lily water. Or
Oh
lily and
yeah,
rose. Ooh, it smells so
it's
good.
so good.
So that's been like
That's my lotion.
that's
Right, I
been
have
my
one right
wind
now.
down this weekend. This week. When I
what's
come
up.
home.
And Cassie, what is your
Yeah.
wind down for the week?
Well, this evening in my cup, I do have some strawberry lemonade and Malibu pineapple rum.
Girl, you over there for real
Mm.
winding down.
Ooh, I like that.
Yes.
I ain't had no
I
Malibu in a
take a
minute.
little
That's an idea.
Coming up.
listen. I take a little shot every night nowadays. I need to.
Right. Yes.
um, and what fills me up, my soul right now is just these moments
Yeah.
of conversation with other inspiring women that helps you keep centered and focused, and that affirms you in this work. So I appreciate all these spaces where this happens.
Well, my SMH moment and wind down. My SMH moment is that people keep trying to challenge my gangster. They want E-Murder to come out. They don't want me to be great.
She could tip out every now and again. I mean, she'll have to
Right.
stay
Yeah, you
out. She could tip
can.
out.
So, COVID has had me working remotely at home. I've been blessed, with jobs where I've been able to work remote for quite a long time. But being at home is hard. And so, like, I literally broke out last night when I got my hair done, and I couldn't get to my regular lash and brow shop. So I went to my backup place, and I'm sitting there. I already was waiting an extra long time, can't breathe with the mask on for, sitting in one spot for too long. And this guy walked in with two young girls. So, of course, my antennas went up. But he came directly to where I was. Now, on the opposite side of the room was all empty chairs for pedicures. I was just happened to be sitting in a chair on the opposite side where they do the lashes and the brows and stuff.
Okay.
In a corner. Nobody's on this side of the room, but people getting their eyes and lashes or whatever the case. He walked up to me and said, "You got to move." I tipped my glasses down. I said, "Excuse me?" The lady, one of the people that worked there, the way I sat up and looked over, I said, "Excuse me?" The lady came running from the front. She said, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa." I said, "What did you say to me?" He said, "You're going to have to move because they going to sit here." I looked at the lady getting her eyelashes done. She sat up in her chair. I don't even know her. She was ready, though. Like, what did he say? And so the lady said, "No, no, no, no. Your friend sit over here." He was like, "Yeah, because you're going to have to." He just kept going. I politely put my little bag down like, "Bro, you don't even know.
You don't know
even
me.
know me." So, but it was so weird. Like the whole ambiance of how they walked in, how he was doing. Like, what are you doing with these little girls? Number one, you know what I mean.
And who are you to tell me I gotta move from anywhere? And there's plenty of seats. Find
There's
you
like
one.
8 empty chairs in here, bro.
Okay.
If you don't get away from me,
Right. And have
I will
several
do
seats
you
over
today.
there.
Okay, you will be done today. You know? Like, leave me alone.
Right.
It's
Like
already
I'm just
9
trying to
o'clock.
have my little me time, do my self-care.
Because I gotta have it. My wind down is the Cupcake brand wine is Butter Kiss Chardonnay
Okay.
Oh, that
By
sounds
Cupcake.
delicious.
by Cupcake. Yes.
You and this butter kiss and butter.
So Butter
Wine.
Kiss Chardonnay is very good. I love Chardonnay. I don't like sweet. I don't like anything that's gonna upset my acid reflux. I like and I like my stuff very dry because it's more
I
potent.
can't have it really dry. I don't have to be as sweet, but I
But
don't
the
really
butter
like it
kit
dry.
it takes the bite off the back of that Chardonnay.
Okay, got
It's
it.
almost like a butterscotch type of thing. Like it's pretty good. So I like the Cupcake brand.
Okay.
And I like the black and gold bottle. I don't know who that is, but it says butter
I
cup
saw
or something
that.
like that on it.
No, I said I was gonna.
It's good. It's actually really good. I had
No, I
some.
was gonna get that for you. I saw
Oh,
it.
get it.
I'm gonna get you.
Thank
some.
you already.
They got butter, toast, jam.
Okay.
It's that black and
Don't
gold.
give me no jam though, because I don't want no sweet.
No, that's probably
but-
sweet red.
Yeah.
But they got. It's a theme. They got the butter and
Just
then
get
it's
all of them,
toast
and
then
just sit in my
jam.
backyard and do it.
Yep.
And wind down. We can just wind
I
down with
got
all
you.
of them.
I
Just
saw
pour
it.
one at a time and see how the
And
sandwich
see how
goes
they
together.
We'll have a private wine tasting.
We can do that.
Yeah.
But I also want to make sure that everyone who has watched the show, because we did not say it in the beginning, and I'm sorry, you can go to vote.org to register to vote. You can go to vote.org to also request your absentee ballot. You can go in to the voters. What is it called? The building on the boulevard.
They just sent me something.
What are they called?
There's a lot of satellite
Board of
locations
Elections.
now.
The Board of Elections.
Yeah. You can go into the Board of Elections and request the absentee ballot. You can vote early.
Right.
We want you to vote early.
And they're sending them out to people, so check your mail. Don't throw them
Yes.
away.
And I always post on my page how to fill it out, where to sign,
Yes.
how to send it back. But now is the time. I explained to my 19-year-old that I believe if the 18 to like 22-year-olds who are not registered will just get registered now, right now, do
still have
their
time.
absentee vote, do an early vote, that it will be a landslide in the direction that we wanted to go in. And he
Correct.
will not be able to debate it. He will not be able to say it was
Listen.
a joke or a game. We
If
have
you
to
think
beat
about it,
him.
If you think about it, it averaged out to he won by 2 votes per precinct.
Per precinct.
2,
Wow.
you know.
And so,
So that's why, during this time, like I really have been feeling like imposter syndrome, sitting behind this desk in my living room, not being able to be out with the people, trying to do knocking on doors, petition drives, all that. So I just have been focused on trying to get people to actually be poll workers and be paid
I
to
was just
do
gonna
it.
say, Cassy, can you give us that
Yeah.
information on how people can be poll workers in
Yes.
1 minute?
Yes. So you're able to reach out to me, and I will get you connected to. I'm working with an organization, a bunch of organizations that are doing voter protection, and so if you reach out to me, I will make sure that your information is then sent to the Michigan Conservation of Voters Education Fund, who is coordinating all of this work of protecting votes by being a poll watcher, a poll worker, a poll challenger, all these different buckets, the clerks and all that. And then once I have confirmed that you were hired, you will receive a Stand with a Black Woman PPE kit from me directly. And I will offer support as much as I can the day of election. So you can reach out to me at Cassy.Jones-McBryde, McBryde at ppmi.org, and I'll get you signed up.
To be a paid poll worker.
Paid.
All right.
Yes.
Paid for.
And so I just want to thank everyone for listening tonight. Sean, you have any thank
you.
yous? You just said thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Thanks to everyone that's supporting and watching. Spread the word every Thursday at 8 p.m. Single Mommy Hustle.
Yes.
I just gotta say, like, this production is so cute. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
Look, thanks,
Miss
Miss
T.
T.
Miss T on the one.
I used to have a
Trio.
podcast called Fully Woman Radio, and I would have to do all the production myself on my visual podcast we had before, but it wasn't all these bells and whistles and sound machines or whatever. So I love this. Congratulations to y'all. This is amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, so Black Women Rock. Detroit does vote.
Yes.
We will
Yes.
see you Thursday with another amazing topic and guest.
All right.
Thank you.
Peace out.